You make. Hello and welcome to today's stream of varsity soccer between the North Cross Raiders and your St. Christopher Saints. I'm Wes Featherstone on the call with Sammy Hinnicky. New season.
Yeah,
First stream of the season.
Exciting one. After 2
I
years
think
of
so
going
too.
to the state finals, one championship, I think we have a great season ahead of us.
I totally agree. Obviously a big star player for the Saints, Alexander Levingood. His senior season now is final with the Saints, named All-American as a sophomore.
Yeah, and last year too, 2 years in a row.
Exactly. So how do you expect Levy to close out his career here at St. Chris?
I think he's going to continue to be the star for the Saints that we need. Score as many goals as possible. And I just think he'll be a great addition to the team.
Some captains on the year for St. Chris. We have number 3 senior Bridger Thurston, number 12 senior John Flood, number 15 senior Colin Reese, and number 21, of course, senior Alexander Levingood. As the game starts now, first game of the season.
Saints start with the ball.
It's Alec Davis with it now. Coming down to midfield, passes. That looks like Warner Collier with it, almost loses it, but Davis gets it back.
Yeah, and one thing to note about this team is that it's filled with a bunch of seniors. A good majority of the starters are seniors. So they're an experienced squad, and so they should be very good to start off the season.
Definitely, unlike last year when a majority of the starting lineup was juniors,
yeah,
along with the few seniors this team had. Though it made a really impressive run to the state championship, finishing runner-up. As that one rolls out of bounds.
Saints keeping possession here so far, not letting North Cross get a chance to get up the field. Alec Davis seems to be touching the ball a lot as the center back for this team. Always a vital position for soccer.
That's number 25, Ben Cooper. Passes to Gerard Broussard. Back to Thurston. And that one's going to head out of bounds.
Cooper tried to get it into the box, but was deflected off a defender.
Deflected off number 15, Spencer Brown, a sophomore for North Cross.
Guido Hagen passes it into John Flood. It's back to Guido Hagen, who gets to Thurston, trying to center the ball more. Crosses it over to Alex Johnson. And the Saints don't seem to be trying to attack too much, just keeping possession of the ball, not letting it be stolen from them. Pretty good way to start off the game, as if they dictate possession, then they have control of the game.
Exactly. That's probably Coach Jay Wood's game plan from the start.
Definitely.
Coach Wood, obviously a genius when it comes to soccer. Coached this team for a long time, many state titles, many state championship appearances.
Hopefully they can get another one this year. And I think this team definitely has the potential.
Oh, no doubt. That one saved by Flood, goes up in the air. Johnson heads it. Broussard with it close to the goal.
Broussard had a shot there, but wasn't able to rally the ball before it fell out of bounds. And so now North Cross gets their first possession of the game. Let's see what they can do here. And the goalie for North Cross, Elijah Lloyd, will kick it off. Gets it right back over to our goalie. Robert Walmsley is going to kick it out of bounds.
Walmsley was the backup last year for the Saints, taking over for now graduated Austin Hackney.
Yeah, and just a freshman last year. He's shown that he can be the starting goalie on this team.
Yeah, he showed a lot of flashes of starting goalie caliber last year.
Especially when St. Chris was up by a few goals, so they didn't need Olsen in the whole time. And Walmsley was able to shine in the spotlight.
So not a whole lot of attacking yet in this game. Just a lot of keeping possession for the Saints.
Yeah.
North Cross hasn't really gotten a chance to attack down the field yet. Saints are doing a really good job of keeping the ball.
Yeah, Saints picking the right passes, not trying to fit it in anywhere that doesn't fit.
So with it now is John Flood, who's an extremely talented soccer player.
John Flood, I would argue, the second best player on this team after Levingood. He really controls the ball and a great midfielder for this team.
Broke his leg freshman year, so he couldn't play then, but last year was a great season for him as long as junior year. Senior now.
And many of these seniors are not just players who have played since JV. They've been here since freshman or sophomore year, so they really have experience with this team and with Coach Jay Wood.
It's been a great 4 years for each and every one of these seniors.
It really has. They're trying to finish it off now with another ring.
As North Cross, there'll be stoppage here.
North Cross called for offside there, so Saints will take possession.
This game was delayed almost 45 minutes
Yeah.
because of a heat advisory here in Thunder. It's a hot day here in Richmond.
You can just imagine what these players are going through right now. Gonna be having to play for 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one. It's Davis with it kicking it into Levingood, but it'll be picked up by the goalie. Like we said, number 5, Zaid Fata. Davis heads it again. That one to Broussard as he heads it to Johnson.
And one key player who's not a starter for this team, but he provides excellent reps off the bench. Noah Nicholson, he's super fast and really good attacker. Can get the ball down the field with ease.
Yeah, Nicholson definitely the fastest player on the team, no doubt.
And so Lloyd will take another goal kick.
So a few new players for the Saints squad. Goalie Carter Schmidt, who's a sophomore now. We also have Nate Brockton, a freshman, who plays back for the team. Alex Barton Sabroso, a junior.
Broussard brought the ball into the box and tried to curl it back to get a good shot on the goal, but it was just a little too high there. And another goal kick for the Raiders.
So not a whole lot of new faces for this varsity squad. We also have Harry Farley, a junior. But these backups they have, players on the bench, definitely super talented. So I'm excited to see what Coach Jay Wood can do with these kids.
Yeah, especially some of these freshmen and sophomores. They're just waiting for their chance to prove what they can do. And Jay Wood will certainly let them do that once they can get a good lead up in this game.
Nice head by Warner Collier.
Alex Johnson passes it back to Warner Collier, who gets a cross in to Broussard, but overshoots him a little.
Will Martin has the ball now for North Cross. Down the field, but that one's going to be picked up by Reese.
And Reese was unable to get that ball there, so stolen back by the Raiders, but Thurston gets it back. Switches field to Alex Johnson, who kicks it up to Gerard Broussard.
That one goes out of bounds.
And surprisingly, there a goal kick called. I thought it looked like a Raiders player had kicked it out, but trust the referee.
So as we look at our list for the St. Christopher's roster, a whole lot of achievements for Alexander Livingood. We have 2017 All-VPL and VPL Player of the Year. 2017 EMHS Minnow Classic All-Tournament Team. 2016 VISAA All-State Division I Soccer Player of the Year. I could go on and on with Levy's achievements, but it'd probably take the entire stream to do so.
Yeah, he's truly a talented player. Already committed to William & Mary. Going to prove to be, in my opinion, the star of the team by the time he graduates from there.
Also a new goalie coach, John Sexton for the Saints, taking over his first year here.
Yeah, Coach Sexton, a really great coach. Played for Virginia Tech and then coached there as the goalkeeping coach for a couple years. Pretty impressive that we were able to get him on the team. And the Saints here in prime attacking position. Weedle Hagen throwing the ball in bounds. If they can get the ball up and get a good cross in, I think they'll have a good shot at the goal.
Levy shoots. That one's going to go over.
That was a good shot there, but Fado was able to knock the ball out. Corner here by number 25, Ben Cooper. First corner of the game for the Saints.
Not a whole lot of hardcore attacking yet, but definitely doing a great job of just keeping possession of the ball. Thurston's going to get that one. That one's going to go over too.
Yeah, Saints here just playing a calculated game, taking their shots when they have them, but not trying to force them. If they keep playing like this, they're bound to get a goal soon enough. So Lloyd kicking it to the other side of the field. Alex Davis running back to kick the ball out of bounds. Good play there by Davis.
So the Saints start off the season here against North Cross, and then Friday, September 7th, head up for the Christchurch Sussex Invitational Tournament. 4 teams, 3 games. Game 1 against Christchurch, Game 2 against Trinity, and Game 3 against Eastern Mennonite, all September 7th. So 1 game here and then a tournament for the Saints.
Yeah, tournaments always prove to show the best in a player, being able to play many games in just a couple of days. It's really impressive to see these players, their conditioning that they've been prepared for in the preseason by Coach Wood. And Lloyd kicks the ball out of bounds there. Levin Good gets the ball back, looking to find a play here. Flood with the ball, takes a shot, hits off the post and rolls out. Broussard tries to keep it back and it is headed away. That was a great shot there by Flood. Got past the goalie, just an unlucky bounce there. Flood seems determined to score. Wasn't able to.
The 2017 Virginia Prep League soccer standings, Norfolk came in first. St. Chris only second, but made it to the state championship.
Yeah, St. Chris, this team is able to fight through adversity. Wasn't able to get the win last year, but the year before.
In the Virginia State soccer rankings from last year, St. Chris ranked only 12, but the entire team felt like they should really have gotten that number 1 seed and, ranked 5. And the entire team should have, they all believed that they should have been ranked a lot higher, and they definitely proved it by going to the state championship. First stream of the year. I read something wrong. I'm sorry.
It's fine. We all make mistakes sometimes.
I know.
And the ball goes across the field all the way to Robert Walmsley, who passes it out to Alec Davis.
O'Hagan with it now. Trying to find a pass. Gets it to Thurston.
Johnson with a good pass to Flood right here. Flood messes up the ball a little bit, isn't able to keep it, and it's a goal kick. It's been quite a few goal kicks already in this game, only 12 minutes in. But it just shows the Saints have been attacking, trying to score. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the Raiders have been in the other team or in the Saints goalie box yet.
I don't think so either. Almost 15 minutes in, the Raiders haven't really gotten much of a chance to drive down the field.
O'Hagan with the ball here, passes it up to Thurston. Thurston tripped up a little, but no call here. Ball kicked up to Pollock, but he's unable to get it now. Davis gets the ball.
One almost rolled out of bounds, and it is going to be called out of bounds.
I wasn't sure really what Cooper and O'Hagan were trying to do there. I saw O'Hagan trying to pass by him to get a good shot at a cross, but Cooper unable to get it to him.
It looks like a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, definitely.
It's Reese tries to track down number 10, Mateo Sanlehi.
Ball is kicked out of bounds, and it looks like it's going to be a corner kick here.
So first real shot for the Raiders now.
Yeah.
Get some offense going.
Suck is a great game because it only takes one shot to score, and they would take the lead even though the Saints have been in control of the game the whole time. And Sanlehi takes the corner here.
He kicks this one off. That one's going to roll out right by the goal.
And a goal kick here, so Saints will get possession.
So Raiders couldn't capitalize on that one. So Walmsley boots it across midfield.
Tries to get to Collier there, but
Kicked
bounces
out.
off a Raiders defender, and Johnson picks up the ball.
Jacob Wedstrom was the one who kicked it away as Levy has it now. Finding Flood. Back to Thurston.
Thurston with a good move there to keep the ball.
That one's kicked out by number 6, Will Martin, sophomore for North Cross.
Will Martin with really good play there as Thurston was trying to get by him, doing all sorts of these fancy tricks, but he just kicks the ball out of bounds, and Ben Cooper now with the corner kick.
That one's going to be booted away by number 9, Elijah Lloyd, senior. Cooper
The
will
Saints now making a substitution, subbing out Alec Davis, and in goes Nick Washington, a sophomore for this team. He was a great player as a freshman, started most of the games.
Yeah, a lot of the freshmen last year were really great players. Just like Collier, who that shot's going to be picked up by the goalie. Collier was a great addition to the team last year, as well as Washington.
Collier is a great junior for the team, and two years experience under his belt. Nick Washington touches the ball for the first time. Gets it to Levengood. Levengood getting pushed around here by Lloyd. Lloyd's been playing defense on him the whole game, not letting him get anything so far.
Broussard with it. Kicked away, but Thurston and Weed O'Hagan get to it. O'Hagan into the box to Levy. Nice move, but that one's going to go out of bounds. Kicked out by number 21, John Waltz.
And you can see that the game plan for the Raiders here is obviously to not let Levengood keep the ball, as the second he gets the ball every time, it seems to be double or triple covered. In a corner here for the Saints. Gets it up in the air, and Flood got his head on the ball, but was unable to get it to the goal.
Just a bad angle. So obviously the first stream of the season Also means it's the first week of school, Sammy. How's your week been?
My week's been pretty good so far. Just took my summer reading test. I think I passed, so pretty happy about that.
Always have to do your summer reading.
Yeah, can never fail. Especially if you're in honors, then you can jeopardize your placement.
Exactly.
You don't want to do that, so you better
Cannot
read
afford
your
to fail.
summer reading books. Start with the ball here. So it gets tripped up a little, and the ball goes out of bounds.
You like your classes so far?
My classes are pretty good so far. I have many a class at St. Catherine's.
Many a class.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Ride the
But
bus a lot?
I do ride the
St.
bus a
Catherine's?
lot.
That's good.
I actually tend to stay at St. Catherine's a lot as
Really?
well.
I noticed. I don't see you around much.
I have 3 classes in a row
Really?
at St. Catherine's
Wow.
on both A and C weeks. So truly a pleasure.
Sammy, I don't think we have a class together.
We don't. Not this year.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But second semester, we do have history together.
We do.
We do.
9/11 to now.
Exactly. Gonna be a fun class taught by Stuart Ferguson.
Talk about Stuart Ferguson. He is a great man.
He is. Great teacher. Great, even better man.
Had him last year. Moral philosophy. Really got me interested in the subject.
Yeah, I had him, I believe, freshman year for history.
I had him as well.
Really did spark my interest in history. I'm not even kidding. It's a great class.
You're not even kidding.
I'm not.
And now a stop of time here. Free kick. Levengood's going to try to take it just outside of the box. So Levengood has a good shot at the goal, but going to have to get through this wall that the Raiders have made. Levengood lobs it over the wall, but unable to get it on the goal, and another goal kick here. And it seems to be a timeout called here. So we'll take a break with you soon, and we'll be right back. And we're back here at Jacobs Field for this varsity soccer game between the North Cross Raiders and the St. Christopher Saints. Still 0-0 here with 22 minutes played, but St. Chris has really looked good.
All right, we're like starting. Oh my god. No, why don't you go home?
So as we prepare to resume play here, clock has started. As McCormick will head that one Picked up by Warner Collier.
McCormick's first minutes of the game starting now after the timeout.
Eli Bemis, a junior, also in for the Saints. Walmsley will kick that one to O'Hagan. Back to Captain Colin Reese. And that one to Nick Washington.
Could almost call him Captain Colin.
Ooh, Captain Crunchy Colin.
Yes, exactly.
We like to have fun here on the stream. As
Oh,
Broussard will get almost to the goal, but that one's knocked away by a defender.
That was almost a great play by Broussard.
That one's going to go out of bounds. Senior Bo O'Connor doing a great job of playing ball boy today.
Yeah, O'Connor, one of those bench players who can really provide help when they need it.
Really gritty player. It's Levingood in a fight now with Lloyd to get the ball. That one is going to go out of bounds. I think it was meant for Collier.
Levingood visibly upset there with a loud yell, but almost got a shot off and almost had a nice pass, but nobody was able to get there. Raiders with another goal kick here. Gets it across midfield.
Headed by McCormick to Washington.
After watching many of these Raiders goal kicks, it seems like they need to change up their strategy a little. Lloyd seems to just be kicking it across the field with only one Raiders players and one Raiders player and around 5 Saints players. So.
Well, I think a big part of that is Saints are doing an awesome job of just keeping possession of the ball, not letting the Raiders get a big chance to go down the field and score. Flood with it. Passes for Washington across field. He's going to boot that one to Broussard.
Washington tried to cross it over there, but bounced out. Saints will get the corner. Number 19, Eli Beam is taking the corner now instead of Ben Cooper, who is now subbed out.
Reached the 25-minute mark in the game. Still no score. Whole lot of opportunities for the Saints, but haven't punched one in yet. Flood with it in the corner. That one's knocked out by number 18, Cable Moscow, senior. Some new jerseys for the Saints this year.
Yeah, in my opinion, they're looking pretty clean.
You like them?
I do. Shorts really go well with the jersey as they're both white.
Yes, they usually do match. One fixture I noticed is that they don't say Saints on them.
You're right.
Simplistic.
It's just like
Now
Lloyd kicks that one out. Picked up by Reese. Johnson with it. Nice save. Captain Colin. Boots to O'Hagan. O'Hagan trying to chase it down. He gets it.
and the defenders for the Saints just passing the ball around, looking for an open spot. Tries to get it to Levingood, but it's kicked away by Lloyd. Washington going to take the throw in now. Bridger Thurston subbing in, seems like. Good play there by Colin Reese. but they call a penalty. Reese confused by that call. Me as well. It seemed like he hit the ball first. Nothing dirty there, but Raiders will get the kick here. Sam Leahy with the ball.
So Lloyd will take this one for North Cross. We also have Noah Nicholson in, the speedster of the team.
Number 9.
Nueve. They call him Noah Nueve. Nueve Nicholson.
Splendid. That's all I can say. Right there, Nicholson showing off his wheels. Nueve, I'm sorry.
That's Spanish for 9, actually.
Oh, wow.
It is, yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in Spanish 5 this year, but
I like to
you
learn.
know how it is.
Forgive me. It's 11 good with it. Again, Saints get the ball back fast on that one. Still doing a great job of just keeping the ball away from the Raiders. O'Hagan kicks that one in for Nicholson, it looks like, but that's headed by Cable Moscow.
Ball goes very high up in the air and finally comes down. Washington comes up with it.
And you know what they say, anything that goes up must come down. I think that's the first law of Newton's,
Yeah.
first Newton gravity law.
Yeah, exactly. Gravity is a truly great thing.
I was never too good at physics, but learn my stuff.
Didn't we all? Ooh. O'Hagan sprinting after the ball. Trying to make a move here. And it's deflected off.
By Will Martin. So while we talk about the Saints doing a great job of keeping the ball from North Cross, you got to admit the Raiders are doing a pretty good job of playing defense against the Saints. Not really letting up a whole lot of opportunities for the Saints to score, but when the Saints do have an opportunity, North Cross seems to be shutting it down pretty fast. So 11 good passes out to Cooper. That one's back to Collier. Shoots it in for Bemis, but that one's booted away by North Cross. Reese with it, putting it back.
Martin going to let the ball go for another goal kick. Lloyd kicking the ball off.
Nice kick.
That was a nice kick, but went right to Thurston. He was able to corral the ball.
So Washington will pass it back to Thurston. Thurston sprinting down the field now.
Looking like Thurston's going to get a good corner off, but
He's going in, passes inside to 11 good, but that one bounces right off the top of the goal. That was close.
that's now 2 shots for the Saints that have hit off the post.
Ah, man.
Getting unlucky today, but if they keep doing what they're doing, they're bound to get one in.
That's got to be frustrating
It
for
does.
11 good.
11 good after setting a team record for goals in a season last year. Surely expects to try to do the same again.
So North Cross will get the ball now.
And with almost 32 minutes played here so far, only 13 left until halftime. Neither team has been able to get the ball in the back of the net. That's how soccer is sometimes, but still exciting to watch. See these great varsity players at action, especially in their first game of the season. Washington gets it up to Flood.
And that's a goal for the Saints. I believe that was Levengood
It was.
with it. So Levengood right back to it. First game of the season. Puts one in for the Saints.
And a great play there by the Saints. Washington able to get it to Flood. Flood tried to get a good shot off, but wasn't able to. Finally got it to Levengood, and Levengood finished it off. Drove around the goalie and just shot it into an open net.
When in doubt, just give it to Levengood. He'll make something happen.
Levengood now taking a break. Nicholson and Bouchard subbing in for the attack.
Nice kick by Piers McGinn. Booting it all the way to Walmsley. So Walmsley will roll it to Washington. So Broussard will find Thurston on center field. Boots it outside to Bemis. Bemis almost finds Flood. Flood gets it now. That one's going to go over.
And Flood's shown that even as a midfielder, he's able to get into the box and get good shots off.
So I think four shots for the Saints now. Most of them going over, but Levengood obviously able to put one in. That one will go straight to Washington. They'll find Thurston. Thurston, that's Broussard with it. Coming inside now. And that one's kicked away by number 15, Spencer Brown, sophomore.
These are some great moves by Bouchard there, but ended up just getting overworked. 3 players coming in to take the ball away from him. Broussard back with the ball, but stolen away by number 20, Grayson Bloomfield. Sim Leahy trying to weave the ball through 4 Saints defenders. Not really the smartest move, but he didn't seem to have anyone else to pass to.
Grayson Bloomfield tried to save that one. Saints will get that back, and it's kicked away now by Lloyd. Reese will hit it, and that one will go right back to the Saints. So Thurston with it. Pass for Broussard to Nicholson. Nicholson going in with it, but it's going to be kicked away. Nicholson gets it back. Bemis inside, kicked away again. Nice defense by North Cross there.
Thurston driving the ball down the field. Going to get a good pass off here, but nobody there.
Bit too late on the pass to Broussard.
Washington
Go ahead.
Washington's able to save the ball from going over midfield. Passes it over to Ben Cooper.
Cooper going in with 2 men on him. And Broussard will cover that one. And that one will go over the goal.
And with a little under 8 minutes left to play, the Saints will now try to get another goal in during this corner.
So this will be another goal kick for North Cross.
You know, sometimes it's hard to keep a steady voice through 45 minutes of commentating.
It is. It's
Cough a
hard.
little.
People
It
don't
is.
understand. But it's hard. Got to take a break just to clear your throat sometimes.
Sometimes you might.
That was a booming kick. Davis was heading it. North Cross was it now. But again, it's taken away by the Saints.
Davis knocked over Sam Leahy there. Really a strong player for this team.
So Levy back in, and Broussard finds him. Levy shot will be picked up by the goalie.
Flood gets it up to Cooper, who isn't able to save the ball from going out of bounds, and now it's Raiders' ball.
Pollock throws it in for Northcross, but it's just going to go straight back out of bounds. Pollock throws it back in. Kicked away by Flood. Pollock gets it back downfield. That one's going to be picked up by Walmsley.
Saints now switched on the field, getting over to Washington, trying to find Bouchard.
McCormick kicks it back to Washington. Washington now to Broussard. Broussard trying to make something happen. Finds McCormick over the middle again. Saints will reset here. Kick it back to Walmsley. Walmsley boots it to Washington. We'll look for Broussard. Broussard will try to get it to Flood, but that one's going to roll out of bounds. Nice defense by Spencer Brown.
And looking at this roster here for North Cross, they don't have they only have 4 seniors on the team, made up mainly of sophomores and juniors. Shows that while they may not be the most experienced team, and they've shown a little rust in this game, they really have potential to be good in a few years.
North Cross obviously doing a pretty good job of playing defense. But Saints have done better. Davis finds Nick Washington. Washington kicks it to Flood. Flood with 2 men on him. That one's going to be kicked away. McCormick tries to get it, but Thurston finds it now. Passes outside to Ben Cooper.
Ben Cooper with a good
Gets
move
around
there.
a defender, but that one's going to be taken away. Cooper tries to get it back, kicked out of bounds. Piers McGinn on the defense. Another new face for St. Chris Varsity Soccer this year. Number 23, Austin Ford. Sammy and I actually played JJV soccer with him.
We did.
We did. Provided excellent leadership, I guess, because here he is on the varsity level. So you can credit us with that.
Well, mainly me, but
Well, me.
it's still the same in the end.
Me too. But Washington has the ball now. Trying to find somebody. Nice defense by North Cross to shut him down on that one. Kicks out to McCormick. Across the field to Thurston. Almost taken away by North Cross, and it will be. But stolen right back by the Saints.
Yeah, number 12, Jacob Wadstorm, just kicked the ball away to try to get away from Thurston, but wasn't really finding anyone. And that was almost a nice header by Levengood there, but wasn't able to finish.
And there will be, I believe, halftime now. So at the half, the score 1-0 Saints. We'll be right back with you for the start of the second. Pretend like you're filming.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Is that gonna be on?
Put it
the
on the
live stream?
scoreboard.
No.
Philip, is it on?
No.
Wait, I want to hear this.
There's a delay. There's a huge delay. There were 14 before we got halftime.
We were at 15. 15's our high.
Wait, are we gonna be able to hear him?
No.
He's not interviewing anybody.
They're like walking down the sideline like a bunch of bums.
Alright, let's just say.
Who are they looking for?
Doing
How was halftime?
Test 1, test 2.
Here, I'll ask your question. You ask your question.
Don't put it on the stream.
You guys are down on the field here with Jaden Smith.
Hello.
He's been here for the whole game, and he's ready to answer a few questions from on-field Mac and Cam. All right, so how do you feel the game's been going?
It's been going pretty well so far. I see the St. Chris team has some pretty good footwork. North Cross is very defensive. Bruh. North Cross is very defensive, so it's kind of just like those two teams and those two aspects going against each other. So it's very interesting to see on field.
Think the Saints were able to pull this one out?
We're the only ones with a point so far. You know, it's second half. I have confidence. They've been practicing hard. So yeah, go Saints.
All right, Cam's gonna take over for a few questions.
All right. So my question to you is, if you had to be rooting for one person in particular, who would it be on the Saints?
I really can't answer that question as well. Nick Washington, he's pretty cool. He's in my grade, and I've seen him kind of pulling through a lot this year. Christopher McCormick, he's also been putting in the work. Alexander Levingood, he's like kind of the MVP of the Saints team. And then the foreign exchange student, Alex, he's staying with me, and I'm trying to see him in the field, and I'm kind of excited for what he's got for the season.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Hey, thanks, Jaden.
Of course.
Thank you for
That was Jaden, guys.
for letting us interview.
LB, get out of here, bud. Here we go. About to interview interviewing high school jock LB. Alrighty. Make sure you look up at the camera, okay? Fix the hair, do what you gotta do. Alright, you ready? Alright, we're down on the field with LB. Alejandro. We're gonna be asking him a few questions. Alright, so how do you think the Saints been playing today?
I think they've been playing really great. I got here a little bit later in the game, but I was still able to see Lemongood's goal. And he also had a really close shot where it hit the top bar, and it was going to be a pretty cool shot if he had made it. But we're still up 1-0, and I think we look pretty strong. We're staying well on their side. Our defense really hasn't had to do much because we've been playing really good offense. So it's been a great game.
Thanks. Think we're gonna be able to pull this one out or no?
For sure. If anything, the Saints definitely pull it off.
You heard it here first, folks. All right, thanks, Albie.
Thanks, LB.
All right, that's it for Sideline Cam and Mac. Calling it a wrap. Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
We're back here for the second half. West Featherstone again on the call with Sammy Heineke. So the Saints have a 1-goal lead at halftime. Coming back onto the field now, Alexander Levingood with the only goal on the game. Looks to be the same starting group coming out for the Saints. It's the field reverses. So far, North Cross hasn't gotten a whole lot of chances to score. Saints are doing a really good job of keeping possession of the ball, playing really great defense. Sammy, isn't it nice to be back for the second half?
It really is, yeah. Saints up 1-0. Just a small lead for how much control the Saints team has been in the whole game.
So Lloyd will boot it all the way down the field. Picked up by Walmsley. He'll find O'Hagan. Captain Colin Reese boots to Alec Davis. Davis will boot it down the field. That one's going to be picked up by North Cross. Booted across the field again. Back to Reese. And he'll find Johnson in the corner. That'll be called offsides, I believe.
Looks like it. Lloyd taking the kick here.
That one will be headed by Davis, found by Collier. Collier finds Thurston at midfield to O'Hagan.
And a new development here at St. Chris. It has started raining.
Breaking news.
The field will be a little slicker now than it was in the first half.
It's Levingood takes a shot, but that one's a little bit wide right.
Good shot there to the top right, but as you said, just a little bit to the right.
And it is, the rain is coming down now.
It really is picking up after.
Here at Jacobs. Fans running to find shelter.
And I bet the Saints players wish they could do the same, but they have to stay out here. For
Probably
another
feels
40
good,
minutes.
though.
It probably does feel good.
It's been way too hot all day.
Let's just hope it doesn't thunder and delay the game even more. Oh, wow.
And a little collision there. That's Warner Collier on the ground. He looks hurt. That can't be good.
And a yellow card called for number 15, Spencer Brown. Really knocked Collier out of the air, and you can see that he's a little shaken up. Still able to get on his feet. Looks like he might not be subbed off, too.
He looks good.
Seem to see that with a lot of soccer players. At first, just a little acting hurt just to get the card, and then pop him right back up.
Davis will find it now. Boots it to Collier. Collier looking for somebody. Finds Broussard on the inside. Broussard trying to get something done, but that one's taken away by North Cross. But Johnson will find it back, and it'll be kicked out of bounds. I believe that was Jacob Wadstrom. Kind of hard to see from all the way up here. This rain continues to fall at Jacobs Field.
Saints going for the corner now. Cooper taking it again.
Nice kick. He's looking for, I believe that was Weedo Hagen he was looking for, but that one just a little bit too high. As O'Hagan will pass it in bounds now. O'Hagan finds Broussard. Broussard kicks it inside, but taken away by Lloyd. And North Cross kicking it almost across midfield, but saved by Davis. And back to Reese.
And inside here, as we're commentating the game, you can really hear the rain coming down on the roof.
Soccer's always much more fun in the rain, I think. Broussard will get the head. That's not Washington, but that one just off the side of the goal. You can see this field is a little slippery as the goalie just slipped there.
That was a great shot there by Washington, getting right past the goalkeeper, but it just happened to hit off the bar. Levengood had a chance to come up with another goal, but wasn't able to do so.
Happened far too much for the Saints today that their shots have just missed the goal.
It has. You can really tell that this is their first game of the season. They have a lot of things to refine, and you can be sure Coach Wood is identifying those things for practice in the next couple days.
The Saints with it in the box. Johnson's shot is just over. So that one's kicked by Lloyd across midfield. Picked up by Thurston to Davis. And back to Colin Reese. O'Hagan to Washington. Washington gets past a man. Puts it inside for Thurston. Thurston kicks it inside, but booted away by Lloyd. That one's kicked out of bounds.
And calling all seniors, but after today's game, at around 7 o'clock, there will be a college counseling meeting in the chapel. Sure don't want to miss it. College is very important.
Exactly. If you are a senior, I believe it's mandatory.
I believe it is. I believe it's highly recommended.
Or not mandatory. But bring a parent.
Definitely bring a parent. Parents should know college stuff as well.
That one's kicked away by Northcross, but Thurston gets it back. Back to O'Hagan. O'Hagan on the inside. That's going to be a goal. That was an own goal on Northcross. The defender tipped it inside.
And I think O'Hagan's going to be credited with the goal here.
It was an own goal.
It was an own goal, but O'Hagan was the one to kick it into the box as it hit off a defender and bounced into the goal.
Forgive me.
That was a bad mistake there by Northcross, as they were only one goal down. They only needed one lucky chance to get a good shot off, but now they're down 2. And really working in a deficit. Raiders are in a tricky situation here as well, as they've been playing defense almost the whole game. And down 2 goals, they're going to need to push the ball up and get good shots off, but they haven't been able to the whole game as of yet.
Thurston kicks it inside for Washington, but grabbed by the goalie. That was some nice goalkeeping there.
It was to keep Nick Washington from the ball, and he'll kick the ball up. Alec Davis will control it. Gets it over to Colin Reese.
Back to Thurston. Over to O'Hagan. Finds Levengood. Levengood pass to Broussard. Broussard has a shot, and it goes over.
And as I was watching the pregame warm-up for the Saints, I was watching Broussard take a couple shots, and he seemed to be hitting it over almost every time. And another case there. Really going to need to work to bring his shot down. He has a very strong leg, but needs to provide more accuracy on the ball.
There's no doubt Broussard's an extremely talented soccer player, one of the best on the team.
Definitely. Came into St. Chris as a sophomore and has been a starter for the team ever since.
And Thurston will head that one. Taken away by Northcross now. So they try to get some offense going. Haven't had a whole lot this game. And Thurston will kick that one away.
Do a nice spin move afterwards as well. Showing off
Good
his
play,
dance
good.
moves. Could play some football, running back. Someone like Le'Veon Bell, a true star, popping off that spin move to make a player miss.
So the Saints will get the ball back now after a quick takeaway. Finds Levengood over the middle and pass to Flood.
Flood will kick it over to Ben Cooper.
O'Hagan trying to find someone in the middle, finds Levengood. A bounce off his body, And Johnson will kick that one back inside, but that's going to roll out of bounds.
Saints here with the quarter kick. Saints with another missed opportunity there, but Raiders will now have another goal kick. Seems to be their 40th one of the day. My estimation is correct.
That one's going to go out of bounds again.
Similarly, he knocked over Guido Hagen there, but both seem to have mutual respect for each other, pat each other on the back. And Raiders finally able to have possession across midfield.
Collier finds Johnson. Johnson pass to O'Hagan. It's mixed up. Emery Wise now in for the Saints.
Emery Wise, the brother of Fuller Wise, just graduated senior. He's really a good contributor to the team. Sorry for the misspoken words there.
Happens to all of us.
It truly does. Start taking the throw in now. Passes it over to Guido Hagen. And Noah Nicholson looking to sub back in.
It's that one. Finds Johnson on the corner. Misses a man, but that kick will go high and out of bounds. It's a nice move by Johnson to lose a man there. Little sidestep. Showing off the dance moves, as you would say.
Getting jiggy with it.
Oof. Wow. It's headed by Reese. O'Hagan kicks the ball out of bounds. Nice save there to prevent North Cross from getting any offense going.
Simley almost had a good shot there, but Guido Hagen not letting him get a chance.
My legs are killing.
Raiders with the ball in the box.
Our cameraman, William McDermott, almost drops the camera out of the window. That would have been bad.
No, that's what they call a close one.
That's a real Jimbo there by you, McDermott. We'll get a statement from him after the game on today's events. There'll be a stoppage here in play. So Reese will have the ball now. Saints get another chance to get something going. Passes it to Davis. Davis passed downfield to Levingood. Tries to do a little behind the back pass.
Lloyd tries to kick it up the field, but knocks it right into Levingood's face.
I saw that too.
Levingood with almost no reaction to it, though.
Johnson inside. Deflected. Trying to find a man in there. As Davis, nice defense, takes it away.
That was a great play there by Davis. sneaking behind him and getting the ball right before it came to him. Alec Davis, an impressive player for this Saints team. His first year as a starter, but has played 2 years on varsity. Last year was a valuable contributor, but was hurt for almost half the season, so wasn't really able to show off his full potential.
So Nicholson with the ball now. Passes to Collier. Collier takes a shot, but that one deflected off Floyd. Ball will roll out of bounds.
I want us to ask when valuable senior Bo O'Connor will show up onto the field.
That is the question.
He's been absent so far in today's game, but with only 25 minutes left, he's bound to show up sooner or later.
Want to hear a little fun fact?
I would love to hear.
Last season, Bo O'Connor was 100% on shots on goal.
Oh wow!
He scored
how many shots?
1.
Did he score?
He was 100%. So.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, he did.
Awesome.
Little fun fact. I don't have any stats from last year, but obviously, when you're bringing up stats, you can't help but talk about Levingood. I mean, we've talked about it so much today that Levingood just an insanely good soccer player. William Mary commit.
And this whole team's attack is centered around him, getting him the ball to get a good shot off.
Levingood takes a shot there, but just over. A little bit left.
Seemed to be going in at first, but he put a slight curve on the ball to keep it away from the goalkeeper, and it rolled out.
It's harder when the ball's wet, too.
It is.
Definitely.
And it seemed to, the rain has seemed to slow down a little, but it's still drizzling out here.
Johnson will try to get to it, but Lloyd kicks it away. Lloyd's been playing some pretty nice defense today for North Cross.
He has. Well, being the main man guarding Levingood, he's been all around the field, kicking the ball away from these Saints players.
Doing a pretty good job. So Hagen finds it. Pass inside to number 31, Curtis Hale. Curtis Hale has checked in for the Saints as well.
This is Curtis Hale's first year on the varsity team, only a sophomore, but already getting some playing time to prove himself. Davis quickly gets it back into Hale. Hale loses the ball.
Thurston with it, trying to make something happen inside. Almost loses it. Noah Nicholson helps with that. Bridger Thurston with the shot, but called by the goalie. So John Flood with the ball now. Finds O'Hagan on the outside. O'Hagan playing a lot today, getting a whole lot of touches. Really talented player. So that one almost rolls in, but saved at the last second by North Cross. So if we want to go over statistics now, record-setting season for Alexander Levingood, 40 goals. Yeah. 29 more, or excuse me, 29 more.
It's amazing to
than
look
the next best man, John Flood.
87 points in total.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive to say the least.
It is. And one thing that they're gonna have to look for is two of their best passers on the team, Timmy Gordonier and Miller Farley, with 13 and 4 assists respectively, are both off the team. Farley, a graduated senior, and Gordonier deciding to play academy this year instead of varsity. But Saints are going to really have to look for a player on the wing who can provide those passes to get a good shot on the goal. Emery Wise fighting with the Raiders here. Unable to get the ball, but Colin Reese will take it and pass it up. Wise back with the ball. Gets it up to Noah Nicholson. Tries to turn the corner but is unable to. And he'll reset here. Wise crosses it in to Levingood. Levingood with a good play there. Rolls off the goalkeeper, and Levingood's able to tap it in. Second goal on the day for Levingood. Puts the Saints up 3-0 with 60 minutes played here in the game.
So already well on his way to another high-scoring season. 2 goals in the first game.
It is after a frustrating first 30 or so minutes. Saints couldn't get the ball to get in the back of the net. Now have 3 consecutive goals with the Raiders yet to answer.
As we reach the 60-minute mark, Saints 3-0 lead now. Just piling it on.
Yeah, Saints seem to really have taken full control of this game. Not sure if the Raiders can come back now with only 20 minutes left to play. And freshman Nate Broughton, number 29, playing right back for the Saints, checking in for his first time today.
So Noah Nicholson will come out. The Panther, that's what they call him.
Do that.
They have a lot of names for him. Nueve Nicholson, Noah Nueve, the Panther. Like I said before, he's the speediest guy on the team. And that one's going to be saved by 29. So Saints with the ball again. That's Flood. Finds Broughton. Broughton. Nice kick on goal, but going to be deflected. So Thurston has the ball again. Finds Flood. Flood misses a man there.
And
pass inside to number 25, Ben Cooper. Ben Cooper with the goal.
First goal on the day puts the Saints up 4-0. Correct me if I'm wrong, but right before that goal, I seem to hear a little bit of thunder. Not sure if the refs noticed, but I could be mistaken as well. Eli Beamish checking in now for, looks to be Alex Johnson.
So now a 4-0 lead for the Saints after Ben Cooper taps that one in. That's 2 for Levingood, 1 for O'Hagan, and 1 for Ben Cooper. Big senior leadership. So Northcross will kick that one to midfield. Flood gets it back. And Northcross with it now. So it was Carter Cole, sophomore.
Good slide tackle there by Alec Davis, but
Cole does look a little bit hurt, a little bit shaken up. Thumbs up, signifying that he thinks he's good. So he'll continue playing. That's good. You never want to see an injury on the soccer field.
was an aggressive cross there by, or aggressive tackle there by Alec Davis, but was a clean one as well.
So Thurston finds Davis. Davis to Flood. Kicks it back to Colin Reese. Colin Reese back to Davis. So the Saints seem to be letting up a little bit now on the aggressive offense they've been playing all game. And that one rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, Coach Wood knows by now that they have a firm grasp on the game, so there's no need to keep attacking, keep scoring.
Just trusting the process. That's what it's all about. Coach Wood, one of the greatest soccer minds in Virginia.
One could say that, yes. Oh, and wow, a goal there by the Saints. Seemed to roll past the goalkeeper, not too sure on who scored it. Potentially Warner Collier there.
Curtis Hale. It was Curtis Hale.
Sorry about that. It was a long kick from outside the box, so tad confusing to see at first, but Curtis Hale with the goal there. Hale with his first goal on the varsity soccer team.
Great way to start it off. First game of the season. First varsity game of his career. Already scored a goal.
And as our producer has just told me, there's been some lightning seen, but the Saints seem to be playing on, and with only 15 minutes left in the game. One has to hope that they don't delay the game anymore, as it's already 5-0.
So one game in, it might be a little bit too early to tell, but already looking like a great season for the Saints has kicked off. 5-0 in the first game against a talented North Cross team. So Ben Cooper finds that one. Pass across to Hale.
And Levin Good
To
walking
Wise.
around the sideline now. Seems to be subbed out for the rest of the game.
He's had a great game.
He has. Smart move there by Coach Wood, not letting him risk any injury and meaningless minutes. While at the same time not letting Levin Good get injured, giving the young players a chance to prove themselves.
Lloyd will boot that one off. Headed by Thurston. And Washington with it.
Carter Schmidt checked in now for goalie, subbing out Robert Walmsley. Up 5-0, a good chance to give this sophomore a couple of shots playing on a varsity level. Saints throw the ball in here, get it into the box, but Fada picks it up. Goal kick here for the Raiders. Emery Wise unable to keep the ball in bounds.
So with the 70-minute mark approaching now, I think it's pretty much safe to say that the Saints have put a lock on this one. Up 5-0.
And as you said earlier, this is the first stream of the year, but without taking a break, we have another one tomorrow for the first varsity football game of the year, playing against the Trinity Titans. Be sure to check in if you're unable to attend the game, starting at 4:30. Correct me if I'm wrong.
4:30, right? Me, myself, and fellow SID man James Gilmore on the call.
Raiders with another goal kick. Now, even with this, the Saints being up such a big lead, and with only 10 minutes left to play, John Flood is still in the game, showing that he's just a valuable player, always useful to the team, even when they're playing their freshmen and sophomores, give them somebody to play around. Flood heads the ball, gets it to Collier, but it's taken away by the Raiders. Number 23, Austin Ford, has now subbed in to the
Our
game.
prodigy.
Yes.
We taught him well.
Aye.
Me. I mean, if you really want to pick this apart, it was kind of more me.
I mean, considering that I played attack with him and you played defense.
Yeah, but I served as a mentor.
Oh, okay. I'm sure.
How'd you mentor him?
Just by showing him the rules.
How many goals did you score?
More than you.
Well, that's unfair because I played defense.
I probably had more goals than you had tackles.
What? Whatever. Okay, you don't know how soccer works. Flood with it. And they'll call it here.
And the refs seem to see the lightning now, and we'll call the game. With only 70 minutes played, Saints up 5-0. Refs seem to realize that the game's essentially over now.
So the Saints lock up a 5-0 win. So what do you think the Saints did so well that really secured this win today?
I think they've just kept possession. I just think they've kept excellent possession of the ball the entire game, never letting the Raiders get a good shot off or anything. Really keeping the ball on the other side of the field. How about you?
Totally agree. I mean, the Saints did an awesome job of just keeping possession all game. Like you said, really showed in the scoreboard too, played aggressive offense, a 5-0 win. 2 goals from Levengood, 1 from Cooper, 1 from Hale, and 1 from O'Hagan. So a really great win for the Saints today. Stay tuned for a post-game interview. So signing off from our SID crew, Wes Featherstone and Sammy Henneke on the mic, William McDermott on camera, and Philip Thompson, our producer today. He wouldn't tell me his name, but anyway, great 5-0 win from the Saints. Good night.